Hello friend, today we shall discuss about topic the PERT method, which is called as project evaluation and review technique. It is a very important concept in project management, and especially if you are a person who has interest in project management, or you are working somewhere already as a project manager, or you are planning to give exam of PMP. So this topic of PERT is very important and interesting for you. Friend, project evaluation and review technique PERT is basically a project management tool used to plan, schedule, and control complex projects. It helps in identifying the minimum time needed to complete a project by analyzing the time required for each task and its dependencies. Now, here is the question that why PERT is important, because it helps in detailed planning of project activities. It shows the sequence of crucial tasks that directly affect the project timeline. It helps in estimating the shortest project duration. It assists in identifying potential delays and bottlenecks. The key components of PERT are tasks and activities, which means individual work elements or jobs required to complete the project. Milestones means significant points or stages in the project. Dependencies means relationship between tasks, indicating which task must be completed before others can begin. Time estimates means estimates of the time required to complete each task. Now we can talk about steps in the PERT method. First one is the identify task, means list all tasks needed to complete the project. Then determine the sequence, means identify the dependencies and the sequence of tasks. Then estimate task, means estimate the time required for each task using three estimate: optimistic, pessimistic, and the most likely. Okay. Then calculate expected time. Use the formula like optimistic plus 4 multiplied by most likely plus pessimistic divided by 6 to find the expected time for each task. Construct PERT chart. Create a flow chart showing task durations and dependencies and determine the critical path, means identify the longest path through the PERT chart, which determines the shortest possible project duration. Here optimistic means, friend, the optimistic time that you are optimistic that you can complete it that means everything is okay, everything is perfect, so you can complete it in the shortest duration time. Pessimistic means that there are problems, issues, and issues are there. So pessimistic means that like something happened wrong, something problems are there. Most likely means that a midway, like that means the things issues are there, problems are there, but most likely you can complete this task in that particular time duration. So just take an example that you are planning a school science fair, for example. So you will identify the task. So the task 1 is the plan event. Okay. Then task 2, book revenue. Task 3, invite participants. Task 4, arrange materials. Task 5, set up venue. Task 6, conduct event. And task 7 is cleanup. Step 2, determine the sequence and dependencies. So task 1 is basically task 2 is dependent on task 1. Basically that means plan event before booking the venue. Again T3, task 3 is dependent on task 2, means book venue before inviting participants. Task 4 is dependent on task 1, means plan event before arranging the material. Task 5 is dependent on task 3, that means invite participants before setting up a venue. Task 5 is dependent on task 4, means arrange materials before setting up the venue. Task 6 is dependent on task 5, that means set up venue before conducting the event. Task 7 is dependent on task 6, that means conduct event before cleanup. Now estimate the time in days. Basically these are the days, these numbers. So plan event, the optimistic time, that means everything is okay, everything is perfect, so you can say the shortest time with everything is okay. So optimistic time is 2 days, most likely is 4 days, and pessimistic is 6 days. Okay. Here you can see optimistic is the shortest and the pessimistic is the longest, and most likely that means the midway. Okay. Task 2, book venue. Optimistic 1, most likely 2, pessimistic 3. Task 3, invite participants. Optimistic 3, most likely 5, and pessimistic 7. Task 4, arrange materials, means arrange optimistic 2, most likely 3, and post pessimistic 4. Task 5, set up venue, optimistic 1, most likely 2, pessimistic 3. Task 6, conduct event, optimistic 1, most likely 1, and pessimistic is also 1. Task 7, clean up, optimistic is 1, most likely 2, and pessimistic is 3. Step 4, calculate expected time. So for task 1, plan event. So if you just apply the formula, optimistic plus 4 multiplied by most likely plus pessimistic divided by 6, this is the formula. So task 1, when we apply the formula, it is of 4 days. Task 2, book venue, it is of 2 days. Task 3, invite participant, it is of 5 days. Task 4, arrange materials, it is of 3 days. Task 5, set up venue, it is of 2 days. Task 6, conduct event, it is of 1 day. Task 7, cleanup, is of 2 days. So construct PERT chart, create a flow chart showing the sequence of tasks with the expected time for each task. Here friend, step 6, we will create the critical path. So critical path is T1 to T3, then T5, T6 and T7. Total duration 4 days for T1, 5 days for T3, 2 days for T5, 1 day for T6 and 2 day for T7. So total it is of 14 days. So here friend, the PERT technique provides a structured approach to planning and managing projects by identifying tasks, determining dependencies, estimating time and calculating the critical path. Project managers can ensure timely completion and better handle uncertainties. In this example, the school science fair is expected to take 14 days, assuming no delays on the critical path. Okay, and how we are coming, it is coming 14 from here actually. So friend, thank you, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video.